Ethan Vale had always imagined that wealth could fix loneliness. It didn't. It never had. At 32, owner of one of the biggest tech consulting firms in the country, Ethan had everything money could provide: luxury, respect, reputation, but life had taken something from him money couldn't buy back: his mobility. A devastating car crash 3 years earlier left him paralyzed from the waist down. Tonight, he had stepped out of his comfort zone. Tonight, he had tried something he never tried before. A blind date. He hadn't wanted to go, but his friend Daniel insisted. "You need someone who sees your heart," Daniel had said. "Not your chair." But the moment Ethan arrived at the classy Italian restaurant, La Rosa d'Amore, he knew this date would be a disaster. His date, Amanda, was already seated, typing aggressively on her phone, barely glancing up when he rolled toward the table. "You're Ethan?" she asked, eyes narrowing. "Yes." Ethan forced a smile. "Nice to meet you." She blinked twice, her red lips forming a tight line. "You didn't mention the wheelchair." Ethan inhaled slowly. "It's on my profile." "Yeah, but..." She leaned back. "I thought maybe it was temporary." "Like sprained ankle temporary." "Not." She gestured vaguely. "Permanent." Ethan finished. "Yeah, that." The disappointment in her voice was sharp, almost theatrical. But Ethan said nothing. He was used to this part. The worst part wasn't the looks. It was the tone, the assumption, the pity disguised as irritation. The waiter came, placed menus, and Amanda scanned hers like it personally offended her. "This place is overpriced," she muttered. "At least you can pay for it, right?" "Millionaire." She said the word millionaire loudly enough that 2 tables turned to look. Ethan's jaw clenched. He hated when strangers knew. He hated when dates expected free luxury. "I don't mind paying," Ethan said calmly. "I'd hope so." Just then, someone approached the table, someone who didn't make the air feel heavy. The waitress. Her name tag read Maya, and she had soft brown eyes that didn't dart to his wheelchair. Her smile was warm, steady, unforced. "Good evening," she said. "What can I get you both to drink?" "A martini," Amanda snapped. "Make it strong. And for you, sir." Her voice softened, respectful. "Just water," Ethan said. Immediately, Amanda scoffed. "Water? Seriously, you're that guy who orders water on dates?" Maya's smile faded. A flicker of annoyance crossed her eyes, not toward Ethan, but toward the rudeness directed at him. "I'll get those drinks right away," Maya said, placing the menus carefully so Ethan could reach his without struggle. A small gesture, but it meant everything. Dinner didn't improve. Amanda criticized nearly everything: the lighting, the decor, the appetizers. She kept glancing around to see if anyone she knew was watching. And then she said the one thing Ethan dreaded. "So, can you actually date? I mean, physically." The restaurant went silent in Ethan's head. Even the soft violin playing in the background felt muted. "I don't think that's appropriate," Ethan began. "It's a normal question," Amanda argued loudly. "If I'm going to date someone, I need to know what I'm getting." Maya, walking by with a tray, paused, not close enough to interrupt, but close enough to hear. Her expression tightened, almost protective. Ethan swallowed. This was always the part where people broke him without realizing it. "I'm still a person," he said quietly. Amanda waved a hand dismissively. "Yeah, but, you know what I mean." Ethan's chest felt tight. This date was over. Before he could say anything, Amanda's phone rang. She glanced at it, then shrugged. My friend's at a party." "Sorry, Ethan, but tonight's not working for me." She stood up, grabbed her purse, and walked out, without paying, without apologizing, without even a goodbye. Several people turned to stare. A few whispered. Ethan sat frozen. Humiliation wasn't new to him. But tonight, it felt sharper. Colder. And then, Maya returned. She didn't look at the empty seat. She didn't ask what happened. Instead, she crouched down beside Ethan, lowering herself to his level with gentle grace. "You don't deserve that," she said softly. Ethan blinked, throat tightening. "You were kind," she continued. "And she didn't even try to see you." Her words hit deep, too deep. "Kindness always did." "Can I get you something warm?" she asked. "Tea, coffee, maybe a moment to breathe." Ethan let out a broken laugh. "I think tea would be nice." Maya smiled. A real smile. A healing smile. "I'll bring it right away." As she left, Ethan watched her, watched the quiet confidence in her steps, the softness in her movements. And he felt something he hadn't felt in years. Hope. When Maya returned with a steaming cup of tea, she placed it gently in front of him, her fingers brushing the handle to ensure he could grip it properly. "You're not the first person to have a date walk out here," she said. "But you're definitely the first one who didn't deserve it even 1%. Ethan chuckled softly. "Thank you." She hesitated, as if deciding something. Then she sat down, not across from him, but on a stool she pulled up beside him. "I know I'm not supposed to sit with customers," she whispered conspiratorially, "but honestly, you look like you could use a friend for a minute." Ethan's heart warmed, an unfamiliar sensation. "I appreciate that." She studied his face with gentle curiosity. "You come here often?" she asked. "Not really. Work keeps me busy, and the chair makes it harder," she guessed, not pitying, just understanding. "Yes," he admitted quietly. Maya nodded. No awkward silence, no forced sympathy. Just understanding. "That doesn't make you any less," she said. "You know that, right?" Ethan looked at her, startled. People didn't say things like that to him. They said you're strong or you're brave, not you are enough. "You don't even know me," he murmured. Maya smiled softly. "Some things you don't need to know someone for. You just see them." The way she said it, something inside him shifted. Before Ethan could respond, her manager called her name. She stood quickly. "That's my cue. But, if you stay a bit longer, I get off in 20 minutes. A strange flutter went through him. "I'll stay," he said quietly. Maya grinned, bright, warm, real. "Good." True to her word, Maya returned 20 minutes later, now without her apron, her hair slightly loosened, exhaustion on her face yet light still in her eyes. "Do you mind company?" she asked, holding her jacket. "I'd like that," Ethan replied. She walked beside him as he wheeled out of the restaurant. The night breeze was cool, carrying the scent of jasmine and rain. They stopped near a small bench outside. "You can sit if you want," Ethan offered. Maya laughed softly. "Thanks. Long shift. My feet might quit any moment." She sat down, stretching her legs. "You work long hours?" he asked. "2 jobs," she admitted. "Trying to save for nursing school." Ethan's eyes widened. "You want to be a nurse?" She nodded. "I like helping people. Like tonight. You looked like you needed someone on your side." "I did," Ethan said. "More than you know." They talked for another hour, about life, music, dreams, fears. Ethan found himself saying things he usually kept buried. Maya listened, really listened, and when she spoke, her words wrapped around him like a warm blanket. "You're more than what happened to you," she told him. "You're still whole." No one had ever said that. Not doctors, not therapists, not even friends, only her, only this waitress he had never expected to meet. When she finally stood to leave, Ethan felt a strange ache. "Will I see you again?" he asked before he could stop himself. Maya smiled brightly. "I hope so." And then she walked away into the night, leaving Ethan under streetlights, feeling something alive in his chest. Something dangerous, something beautiful, the beginning of falling in love.